Okay. I think this is what progresses
A
the story.
bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Does those mean police? Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Don't really know my name. Invent a name for yourself or say nothing. I want to make a name for myself.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
It is not yet time. I don't really know my name. Say nothing. Say
It
nothing.
looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him? Nod towards the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him. No, I haven't. Must be some kind of misunderstanding. You're taking me for someone else. Don't think I've talked to him in the way that this guy wants me to.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right?
Oh yeah, the scene of the hanging that she talked about?
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I don't believe so.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Um, no, I don't think
So,
so.
the body is still in the tree.
The way he says that makes me feel stupid.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the
I was
police?
sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
Okay, so the rectangles they were talking about.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't
Rat Squad.
supposed to suspect such things.
Rat Squad. I don't want him to think I'm stupid.
Yes, but
Or,
I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation. Yes, they are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
but shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It's not on me when I woke up, or Cindy found it. I have my badge. I'm a policeman and I have my badge.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
What if I told you I'm not really a
We
police
all
officer?
feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
And then, soon after, Dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees.
But first, we have to take it down. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse.
Oh, but I can't remember anything, is what I said.
If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our number one concern. After you, officer.
Let me just move over. Don't really match with the rest.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Yes? What do you want to know?
I literally can't remember anything about it. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
The young woman told me a mercenary has been hanged, that's all.
Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you?
Brief, yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Wow, 4 days. Wait, 4 days, and that was when they called, and this guy's been drinking for at least the whole weekend. So he's probably been there for like a week. That's gonna stink and be in a nasty state of decay.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled, using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
The RCM is the police. Job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
No, secret task complete. Did you say this is a mysterious case? We're from different precincts, why are we in the same case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Probably because they're pretty sure it's the union people.
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Something otherworldly might be involved. White male in his 40s, what more do you need? Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious. Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could be sexy. Oh, jeez. Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious.
Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself.
Is this a strike then? Or the first shots in a workers' coup?
Interesting.
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence. and the Union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case.
Wait, so is this a strike or an attempted coup?
Strike, coup, revolution, it's brigandage, however you parse it.
Brigandage. I appreciate the vocabulary used in this game.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion.
Ooh, opinions. We should ground the workers into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. We should ground the owners into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. With a little foreknowledge, I am unsure which side to grind into pig's feed. The decision must ferment in me also nationalism. Interesting. I don't think grounding one or the other side into pig's feed will do any favors. I am really, really smart. I've spent the last 20 seconds deciding on which side to ground into pig's feed. Why?
Politics is habit forming and hazardous. It is also irrelevant to police work. You're right to doubt the impulse. It might be detrimental to our task here.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Tell me about
It's
it.
just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
You should tell me now. This seems
Later.
relevant.
Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
I'm completely lacking in basic information about even this organization we're in. Can you help me?
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
What's wrong with personal
Not a
affairs?
fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Wow, so he's in charge of a lot of people.
Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles.
I'm afraid this is a medical
Really?
situation.
You look fine to me.
The lieutenant gives you a look, though thorough, as if performing triage. You look fine to me. I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea who I was.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
I probably need help here, but okay.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like some sort of concussion or something. Like, seems pretty serious. It's not psychological. Some sort of major brain damage has occurred on an unprecedented scale.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's lazaret. Was there anything else you wanted?
I want to know about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Well, we'll work better together if we have some more wrap-up.
That's a fair point. All right, For the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Tell me a secret about
No.
yourself. Oh,
The
okay.
lieutenant nods.
You're wearing
That's
glasses.
correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Just
I guess
observing.
you don't need glasses then.
You don't look like other people around here.
It's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholier.
Okay.
A point of pride to him.
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's probably a normal response to that sort of question.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Oh, says conceptualization. So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
That makes sense.
Good. Let's change the subject.
You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
What if I want to work this place
Detective, if I
again?
may be
Oh,
frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties.
that's fair.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if you didn't know this?
I know what the RCM is, but what if I need some me time?
Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
Okay, I'll leave the self-care for non-work hours.
Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over into the investigation.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge drinking.
I don't think he likes me very much, but he's probably right. Okay, so there's only one that seems to have a little clock on it, then so balcony after 2200. Oh, these are found white checks. Those in white are available to try now. So I can wake up the sleeping dock worker and go back to the mirror. That's cool. heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. Oh, there's a person. Street sign says F the police. Pigs go home. The street name is illegible. That's back into the building. Birds from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Let me get my drink. Glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Saffron Pickler, welcome to Rivershop. Wait, is that a slur against the lieutenant? Jump Jam's a popular music mag.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Yeah, he's racist. Why are you being racist?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him. What's happening? You sound angry, Kim. Say nothing.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
You literally are named racist lorry driver.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave.
I feel like Kim was bullied in school. He's dealt with this before.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Well, I think we all learned something here.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lorry man shakes his head with an indignation.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Unfortunately, it's not like we're probably going to be able to fix everybody one day. Now that's settled, we have a couple of
Whatever
questions.
you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
What sort of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Sounds like a couple
Look,
of her story to me.
as detective. I come from a long line of Lorry men. We got ancient rights and privileges.
He loses his patience for explaining
Oh,
it.
I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular, Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative for a person from Grad, you think.
So they grow apples in Grad?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Yokota is not in the south, and they definitely don't grow apples there.
Yeah? Says who?
It's literally in the name, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
Keep saying koikos. What does that actually mean?
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad.
Okay, so it's an ethnic
Hey,
thing.
if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
So, can I see the apples?
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
He looks at you with a strange glint in his eyes.
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
You said something about the rights and privileges of Lorrymen.
Yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
Hold on, what's a Carter and what's a privilege?
Someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep into history our thing reaches. Before machines.
And that's a
Sure
privilege?
fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious.
So you're in a Carter's Guild?
Goddamn right. They've been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit. When they try to replace us, they'll regret it. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice and no laughing matter.
I'm gonna ask about it, the argument, even though I have a decent idea just because I'm curious what more information might come up. What is the argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
Oh, wow, that's worse than I thought.
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Oh, so you're just a racist. Makes
I'm
sense.
not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it.
Wow.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Yes, I can really tell that you're a prime example of superior
Open your
design.
eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources.
Okay,
This
and
concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
okay, cool. So a bunch of other like racist terms.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
Wait, what's this culture of
It's
victory?
what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any mojitos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new subrace, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, I'm not done with this. Why don't you go F yourself?
Don't push your luck, runt.
The man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. Fun! Ooh, ooh, magnesium.
Yes?
How are you doing? Okay, nothing new. Oh, something's going on over here. Oh, well, should have read the sign before going in. Ooh, there's plants. Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips, too.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Oh, this is what the tips are saying, that you can collect bottles and sell them here.
The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
What's that?
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
The raincoats patiently await
Her
purchase.
attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult.
Melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
What is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
I see, and how do I pick up tear for the
You
tear
need
machine?
a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so
Okay, so I need to find a bag.
feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Okay, so 1 health, 3 health, morale, 3 morale.
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Can you be a little more specific?
No, sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
That's fair.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Dramine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1 morale. Hypnogamma heals +3 morale.
Who is Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
So,
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history, as far as almost anyone knows, at least. A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
this is not a good place for a recovering addict.
Guess not, no.
She looks at the wall of goods behind her, then adjusts her hat.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that.
Yeah, I think he knows that pretty well. Please tell me more about these products.
The pale aged vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
What is pale?
You know.
Okay, well, will consuming this stuff do to my body?
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
She stares at you unsure.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale. Use medication, like Nosafed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
Oh, that's fun. Do you sell any under-the-counter vices?
No, Frick only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Also, if even if they were available, they're cops. Like, why would she tell the cops? Ooh, 23 cents. 3 T's. How idiomatic. I need to find a bag so I can get the bottle. It says GRIH.
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly eyes, tilting his head.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
Scabs are the people that, like, work when there's a strike going on. What exactly is a scab?
Kind of a worm. Content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Get a deal, we can work here. Hold on, where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to
Gotta
like
be
much.
bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if trying to discern what they are scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Nod. Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
His smile deepens, his wrinkles even more.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
He chuckles, then he
Show
realizes.
him your stolen card. Now has arrived the perfect moment.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I'm not gonna show him the stolen call. Oh, that's drama. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna cause drama. I'm
My
exploring.
friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
He gazes over the roundabout with a glint of longing. Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
That's simple, I can just walk
Aye.
in.
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
She's saying it's actually quite difficult.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
That, this guy does not have physical health.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Has anyone here ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong. Sure.
What's the strike about
Yeah,
anyway?
serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy, wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
That's fair. Come to Martinez,
Murder, huh?
investigating a murder.
That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it?
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
I mean, not surprising. Should I? I'm actually a worker, like you guys.
The man looks at the colorful piece of plastic, then at you, then back at the card, then at you again.
But that's not you, officer.
It's an old
From
picture.
back when you were not a cop, but a heavy-set, dark-skinned dock worker named Santiago John?
Yes.
Highly unlikely. I've known John for several years now. Also, you told me you're a cop, remember? How did you get his shift card?
Now you're in a mess. The time hath not arrived. Sorry.
Found on the ground at the whirling in
Oh,
rags.
John's been out drinking himself blind again? He should watch his step, that John. Can I have the card?
No, it will prove useful still. Believe your thieving fingers.
Card's evidence in an ongoing
Oh.
investigation.
Is my friend in some sort of trouble? Who knew?
Nice talk. Gotta get moved. I want a bag. So I can collect tar.
small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
I'm gonna snap her fingers. That's rude.
Wait,
Good.
she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
If you say so. White tank top. Tank top, gym vest, reeking of sweat. This sleeveless shirt is the best choice if you're not afraid to show off your masculine upward body and that hairy chest. Oh! I can wear it in addition to it. He just had... He didn't have a shirt before. Okay. Well, I'm glad I found it, so he's not just wearing a jacket without a shirt underneath.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane." As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
What indentations? What do I see?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Lieutenant, has someone shot the king?
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it. Well,
What do you think?
Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Political. It's a king and he's shot.
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
He takes a note in his
The
notebook.
king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings.
What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
I would like to sleep on gold, hustler style. The king is the king and he can do anything. Wait, really? There's no way that's true. A deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to... I would like to sleep on gold, hustler
But
style.
wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
Okay, what is nose candy? Cocaine, it literally just said it. This is a lot to process. So he's addicted to nose candy. A bloated druggie? Okay, where is he buried now? So he's addicted to nose
That's what
candy.
the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay. Cocaine.
This is a lot to
His
process.
Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
Okay, where is he buried now? Well, it sounds like Insulindian Bay.
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn of the century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Who restored the monument?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That's brilliant, so funny and nihilistic. That's such a bad idea. I really don't get it. Let's go with that's brilliant.
People in Martinez tend to disagree,
Yeah.
as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Human ox. Rooms full of snow. No one lives here anymore.
Yes?
Can I go this direction now?